Yeah,
Well, no,
you did
I
correlate
talked about it at the
Mohawk to
start.
Blackhawk.
I said
You and that grapefruit noise.
Grapefruit.
All right. It's your boy Kev coming back at it again with another podcast. We got my boy with me, Darren.
What is up?
Drucifer returning again.
Hello.
My wife, Kayla.
Hello.
And then my boy, John.
Yeah.
And today we are just going to be talking about some random stuff. And to start it off, did you see that there's possibly a new DLC coming out for Elden Ring?
That I did
Bullshit.
I haven't even gone through the entire DLC because somebody doesn't play the game with me anymore.
not. Look, man, look.
You gotta play Elder Scrolls Online with us right now.
Yes, there's that. But you, my friend, need to look up on places to go because honestly, I went through it all once, but that's because I was looking at what people on YouTube were doing and copying them. So as far as knowing how to get you through the rest of it, I legitimately do not know how. I do not recall what paths I took, what directions I did. Like, none of it. None of it.
Right.
How dare you not remember because you do exactly what I do?
So, yeah, I have no idea the pathings or anything that I did.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the new DLC. I don't even think I killed maybe one or two bosses in it. But I keep seeing something about another either DLC for it or another game or something, and like there's gonna be a beta for it.
It might be another game. Chances are that might be Bloodborne 2, in which Bloodborne, by far, was the most difficult Souls-esque game there is.
A lot of people said it was I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. It's the samurai one.
No, that one's Sekiro.
Yeah,
Sekiro.
I thought that one was the hardest Souls game.
Well, and to an extent, because on that one you can jump and do a lot more stuff. But Bloodborne, I mean, there's basically no rolling. There's like a light dodge thing, but there's no blocking, no armor. You're pretty much screwed.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's crazy. Look at John looks bored out of his mind. So does Kayla, because they're like, oh, video games. I don't know anything about them.
I love video games, but I don't play the ones that you play.
All right, have you played
What do you
Skyrim?
play?
I mean, nothing right now. But like, if I were to, it'd be like.
Wait, hold
talk
up, Mrs. Stardew Valley. How many hundreds of hours did you have on it? 413.
Maybe.
Oh, if not more,
It's
bro.
been a long time though, like since I've actually gotten into a game. But yes, I love Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, Animal Crossing, all that stuff.
What about the Quidditch expansion on Hogwarts Legacy?
Has that came out yet?
Yes.
I did not know.
Did not know that.
And I can only play it on his computer, so.
Yeah.
See, I like just burned through the game because obviously
that's right. It's on John's
my
PlayStation.
Souls experience. I was able. You saw me play that. I was just dodging everything like hardcore and.
Oh, and Hogwarts?
I was doing the same thing. Yeah, Hogwarts. Me and Darren have been playing those games since high school.
Yeah, you need him to help you out.
No, how to dodge and shit. No, I just legitimately didn't feel like YouTubing the paths on the DLC for Elden Ring. Like I wanted to try to work through it without that, but I need it.
No, you do, because there's paths you go that you will never know they're there unless you've seen somebody on a YouTube video going to that path, and then you're like, wow, this was right in front of my face. So did
they YouTube it too? Then who was the first person to make the YouTube?
A lot of the people that you get the videos from are actually beta testers of the game.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I think that they have programs in their computer that gives them like an arrow on which way to go that they can see.
They control
maybe.
F and they just find it.
Or they play and find
probably,
the routes.
Well, like no clipping as well.
Yeah.
And they end up in the back rooms of that game.
Interesting. What are you doing? Playing the air guitar? I see you over there just twiddling your fingers, looking like you were strumming
Keeping my hands loose.
keeping your hands loose.
Yeah.
Gotta go up to your mic.
So back rooms. I remember you mentioning that a few weeks ago, Darren.
Yes, the
How
back
would you
rooms.
explain the back rooms?
Okay, the back rooms. It all started on Reddit. Okay, this is where it started. So basically, what it is it's like in any kind of video game, anything like that. If you can no clip, so they call it no clipping in real life, and then you'll go into like a back rooms dimension. Which, if you ever watched The Matrix, they had like that infinite hallway.
Oh yeah,
It's
with
kind
all
of
the
like
doors.
that. It's like a whole bunch of different levels that go on infinitely. So it's like when the time is right, when you're in one level, you will just randomly walk around a corner or something and be in another level for X amount of time.
Okay.
So you could say the back rooms itself is a living entity if you think about it.
Interesting.
But if you're in any one area for too long, you will always get chased by some backrooms creature that will hunt you down and kill you eventually.
This makes
and
me think
there's-
Stranger Things.
And there's
Stuff, so
several creatures amongst the levels.
And isn't
Let
it
you
a
go.
real game now?
Yeah,
Started
yeah.
as a joke and then ended up being a real thing. Someone
Yep,
created
yep,
it
yep.
into a real thing.
There's a bunch of YouTube videos, video games. It's actually pretty cool.
Huh. When did that theory start?
What, the post?
Yeah.
Jeez. Probably over a decade ago.
Oh, so this is old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Old
yeah,
as
yeah.
molasses.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But it's always been a popular thing to talk about because people would add their own level of back rooms with their own creatures and stuff, and then just keep it going. And then it's just like a popular thing.
Can
Can I get a Google on how old molasses is?
I finally just got that joke. As old as molasses.
Damn, bro.
Like, as old as my ass is, right?
Come on, man. This ain't rocket surgery.
I mean, if that's how you want to look at it. But yeah, maybe.
I finally understood the breakdown on it.
I'm
as old as
your
my ass is.
Yeah. Wow.
What are we
brain
Googling?
physics.
How old is molasses?
What?
Well, no, that's the wrong question. That's the wrong question. You just say, when was the molasses first created?
No.
Probably a long time ago.
Types of question. How old
Well,
is molasses?
That could be going off of anybody's molasses.
That's the point.
Exactly.
The point of the joke is you're saying it's as old as my ass is.
Right.
But it's molasses. Yeah, whatever. You get it now. John's monkey finally stopped and went, whoa.
Well, how do you
now.
spell molasses?
molasses, maybe?
Interesting fact about molasses is some people use it in
500
growing
BC.
cannabis.
500 BC.
Man.
What does BC mean?
Before Christ.
BCE.
Then what does AD mean?
After death.
After death.
I thought it meant something else.
No, after domain
Hey.
or something.
After Dominion.
Yeah, after dominion.
No, AD
After
stands for
domestication.
after death, BC, before Christ.
I don't get it.
Well, what about the people
Yeah,
that
no,
don't
you
believe
get it.
in Christ?
Were you not raised religiously?
It's
Were you at all?
It's annual dominion.
People that don't
No?
believe in
That's
it,
why.
well, then you still got to go by BC and AD. I mean, they can try to change it, but it's always
I'm
going
kinda
to
surprised
be
they haven't
those
tried.
kind of. That's what it means before Christ and then
Well,
after
that's
death.
that's how they started
Yeah, so-
measuring regular
Yeah,
time. So it's like if you're gonna try to change the name of that, you know what? Just die.
Yeah.
BC is before Christ, and AD is annual dominion.
Wow.
Oh,
Which translates to the year of our Lord.
Oh, interesting. I always thought it was after death.
That's what I was always told.
I always thought it meant the same
see,
thing. until
you
I
have
Googled
been
it.
lied to in the churches since you was little.
No, I didn't learn that from the
Right.
churches.
Calling everybody heretics because we don't know what AD means.
Sheesh.
But
I think you just call me a mook.
Mm.
It's like you just say I'm going to hell because I didn't know what AD meant. Okay, it's probably because. Well, never mind.
yeah, if you're going, it's for
No, I'm
other
just
reasons.
kidding. It wasn't going to be nothing.
But yeah, no, I've always, that's what I've always been told, and it wasn't from church whatsoever.
Basically, what I was going to say is it's probably because I double parallel parked and then didn't move my car for the handicapped woman. That's why I'd be going to hell.
Sure.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
And then you got common error because people don't want to use the AB and or BC and AE or AD. Wow. Wow, man.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
Figuring out what AD meant really blew your mind, didn't it?
It really did.
Okay.
Shook
You broke
Kevin
him.
to the
He's
core.
broke.
Because they started using it after Christ passed. That's when you get the records of
Yeah,
AD
and now
started.
Dominion, year of our Lord. You didn't know that, man?
No.
You didn't study your
Neither
Latin?
did I.
No.
Come on, dude.
All right, what about
Never
this?
studied Latin.
What about this? What if humans created themselves and we're just a species that is a time loop paradox?
What if
Like-
the Anunnaki created
Oh,
us?
hear me out. What if we created ourselves by time traveling some point in the future to the past?
Yeah, bro. That's what happened to Alexander. Wow, library. We destroyed it because it had time travel in it. Remember?
Right. So basically, nothing created humans. We're just a time paradox.
Maybe.
The Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, the Library of Alexandria. Yes. I totally fumbled the word when I first started saying it. So I just
You
went,
were going to say
"Ooh."
the Alexander the Great.
No. It was not. Maybe. I don't know.
That's what it sounded like.
Probably, but I was like,
That's
wait a
what came into
second.
my head when you started talking.
But anyways, it's a interesting thing to learn now. I did not know that, and my mind is now blown. And I know that you really don't get a wrinkle in your brain for a new thing, but I always like to say I got a new wrinkle because I learned something new today.
I'm pretty sure that is kind of true.
That is kind of true, though, because it makes a
Look
path.
it up.
It makes a path, but it doesn't make a wrinkle.
What is this about the brains?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Brain wrinkles?
Because I just completely lost
Zoned?
track of
Oh, okay.
everything that was being said.
That sounds like a venereal disease. Ooh.
Look up.
You got brain wrinkles.
Can
What?
you read that?
I cannot.
Didn't we know
It's like
somebody?
the deeper the wrinkle, the smarter
god-
you are, or
the
something.
grandfather?
That's what they say. I think. I don't know.
The grandfather
don't know.
paradox?
Okay, hold on.
Hold up, didn't we know somebody that died of a venereal disease?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I could have swore we did
What
at some point.
constitutes as a venereal disease?
I don't even know what the hell a venereal
I don't
disease is,
remember.
but I know
the
somebody died of
paradox
one.
where someone goes back in time and kills their own
'Cause it's
grandfather,
for
and then they
HIV.
become their grandfather.
Was that?
What about
Gonorrhea.
that?
Oh, honestly, I thought it was like a sinus infection.
No, you gotta look up. Go Google. Does your brain get a wrinkle when you
Learn something.
learn
new.
something new? And don't put Brian.
Who you telling?
Who?
Who?
I'm telling him so he doesn't spell brain wrong because it's just flipping.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. See? No, the brain doesn't develop
That's blurry.
a new wrinkle when you learn, but it does change in other ways instead.
What are the other ways?
I'm not
So,
reading that
becomes
because it's
more like
it is-
flaccid.
your brain's smooth, dog.
No, it's not. It's wrinkly.
No, it's not. It's bumpy.
It's bumpy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
look at
has
the
all
mouse
the
brain.
crevasses.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, right.
I
in the
mean, like, yeah, it might
crevasses.
have all the crevices and it might be bumpy, but I'm pretty sure when you feel it, it's smooth.
But yeah, but I mean, if you do like a laser measurement imaging system, you'll show all the crevasses in the brain.
Stinky.
Interesting.
Why is this-
Maybe if you do a 3D print, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like a
Did you see
like a laser 3D imaging
Speaking about
system.
3D printing, did you see that in New York they might be requiring background checks for 3D printers now?
Wait, why, huh?
What
Because you
happened?
can make ghost guns with them.
Yep. And I remember one day someone telling me that wouldn't be able to be possible because it would melt the plastic.
Right.
But
You
can
only
shoot it
need
once.
it like 1 or 2
Yeah.
shots.
Well, and too, remember
Depends on what you
the
Ask
plastic.
Andrew.
United.
Well, remember too, like the plastics and stuff. So there might be a more advanced plastic out there that
Oh,
could
there
be
is.
used to be heat resistant.
Yeah, someone at work was telling me about it, that New York is now going to be requiring background checks for 3D printers because of the United situation.
So you're telling me I can't buy a printer that just spits out some plastic?
Yeah, and did you see that in China, Americans got over onto their servers and started teaching people how to 3D print guns?
Yeah, that sounds like something we would do. Sounds like something a 13-year-old teenager would do when he was bored on his lunch break
But yeah,
at high school.
That'd be interesting to see if they actually implement background checks for a 3D printer.
I mean, there's so many possibilities with 3D printers now.
I want to get one so bad.
You can buy them for like $99. They're not even expensive.
What?
I know they're not like expensive,
But then you got to
but
buy the material.
The
and you have to
material
figure
is
out the
where it gets
programming.
expensive.
Yeah.
well, that and the biggest spot is figuring out where I would put it, because I want to rearrange this whole layout so it wouldn't really work in here.
I know somebody with a 3D printer.
I know many people with 3D printers.
Yeah. Robbie Four Fingers, man. You know him.
Robbie Four Fingers?
Yeah, man.
Who's Robbie Four Fingers?
Rob.
Oh.
From AZ.
Oh, I've only...
Yeah, remember he's related to Freddy.
Yeah.
Remember what happened to Freddy, right? Remember how he
I
got
can't
fingered?
hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying he's related to Freddy. Remember what happened to Freddy? He got fingered.
Oh, yeah. I remember Freddie getting
Man,
fingered.
we kept saying, "Yeah, Freddy got fingered. Freddy got fingered."
I
remember?
also remember him going, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?"
Right. Hey, he was a weird motherfucker. You know what I mean? He was weird.
Dude, he really was.
We're talking
But
about
anyways.
Freddie, not Robbie.
But Rob, I've met like maybe twice. I didn't know he had only 4 fingers, or missing a finger.
No, you only have 4 fingers.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
if
so
you don't count the
that's-
thumb.
yeah, that's the joke, man. Yeah,
But
that's
then
the
you have
joke.
8 fingers.
Yeah, well, 4 fingers on one hand. He's right-handed, so
All right.
I thought you were going more like a Chris situation where
no.
he was actually missing a finger, or like Tom where he's missing a part of his finger.
Yeah. See. Do you remember when Sean told Chris he was gonna get him a catcher's mitt for Christmas?
Yes.
That was the best.
That was funny.
Sean was like one of the funniest people to work with, but also
He had
he had a drinking problem.
that, but
Well, and too, wasn't he quite the coos hound?
no.
No.
Or am I thinking of somebody else?
And you're thinking out of this
'Cause-
world.
I could have swore you guys said somebody you worked with, like hooked up so much that he would like bang a catcher's mitt or something like that.
Oh, wasn't that Richie?
That was Richie. We should
Richard.
not be using their real name, and then you just go ahead and use his full
You don't,
name.
dude. Do you know how many people in this world are named Richard, Richie?
Yeah, that's true.
As long as you don't drop that last name, they don't know who we're talking about.
Right. So who was the guy's name again? Richie?
Yeah.
So just imagine Richie listening to this and then not knowing that if you're talking about him because you didn't say his last name.
Right,
Dude, Richie put a baby swing in his van.
It's kind of smart.
In his van. So at red lights, his kid can just rock back and forth. That's what he said.
That's not a bad
you
idea
could-
though.
Or you could have your kid in a gosh dang car seat.
Oh yeah. I was thinking more or less like if you was using like a van as a sleeper.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he was driving around with this kid in a baby swing that was hooked to two sides of on the inside of his van.
Damn.
Bro.
CPS.
That's interesting.
CPS.
Man, CPS doesn't do much.
Dude, CPS only cares if you're not putting your kid in danger, because they don't want to go to somebody that's actually dangerous.
Yeah.
CPS is the most useless fucking place in the world.
IRS, in my opinion.
IRS, yes.
However, we are using them at the border now, and same with a lot of the ATF agents and stuff like that.
I have seen some absolutely horrific videos. I'm saying horrific just because of how hard I laughed. But, like, you should see so many of these people, like, trying to cross and then immediately bouncing off of a Ford Explorer bumper at, like, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're talking about the dude the border patrol guy that hit the person?
There are so many videos of Border Patrol just running them down now.
Wow.
Did you just say we're using IRS agents at the border?
Yeah, IRS agents are at the border right now.
What are they doing?
Did you not know that
Filing taxes?
when Biden hired like the 87,000, he also had them all trained with guns and stuff. Mm-hmm. So instead of Trump firing them, he's just shifting them down to the border. Same with like ATF agents and stuff like that.
So
They're getting shipped
IRS
out.
agents are being demoted to Border Patrol?
Basically.
Dude.
Better than losing their jobs, I guess.
Dude, he's given some people basically a 8-month vacation to resign. Like a lot of people. It'll cost like our country like $5 billion or something like that, but it'd be cheaper in the long run. The major thing is the tariffs that just went live today on 25% to Canada, 25% to Mexico,
10% to China.
and increase 10% on China.
Oh, what was it then?
I think it was 15%. Yeah. I think all three of them. Did you know we only bring in $80 billion through tariffs right now before this? Tariffs can bring us in $2 to $3 trillion a year since we're up in it. And basically right now Trump is using tariffs and threats like that to make the world do what we need them to do. So like countries are taking back their immigrants because they don't want the tariffs from us. It'll destroy their country.
Mexico especially.
What I'm very interested to see is the countries that solely run based off of our foreign aid, how they're going to turn out in the next few months since they no longer are getting aid from us.
There's going to be a lot of African countries at war here pretty soon because the funding is going to stop.
Right. Yeah. And then this is a crazy time. I hope that federal taxes go away, though. That'd be pretty cool.
Be nice.
Yeah, but they're just talking about taking away, like, federal income tax.
Right.
But state income tax is probably going to increase because they're like,
I don't
you
think
thought
they
you
will.
were catching a break? Here's a 3% hike.
Even if they did 3%, I would take a 9% on everything I purchase versus having, 20 to 23% of my income gone. True. On top of that, if you do stock tradings, investments, and stuff like that, you pull stuff out early, you won't be taxed as heavily because it's no longer federally taxed. There is so much that can come with that. So, in the long run, it'd be a great thing.
I think so too. Getting as much money back as we can is always going to be a good thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't we want to enrich our people now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't realize how much was being taken away. Did you see how many kids they found?
What? At least
Since
probably,
we've been doing
30 some?
No,
Right.
75,000 kids have been, like, missing kids have been found since the
Oh,
mass
wow.
deportations that have been going on.
Where?
All around. Within, like, the first 4 days. So think about the Biden administration had to have known where those kids were. Because 75,000 kids were found within the first 4 days of mass deportation.
That's insane. So, getting returned to their families, or was there other circumstances as to why they went missing?
That's a good
What was
question.
that?
Yeah, anybody else catch that?
Yeah,
That hurt.
you gotta just ignore it because you won't hear it in the audio.
I hear it in my head.
I know you do.
That hurt.
That hit like
Yes.
right here.
It hit my sinuses, bro.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't hear it.
All right. Anyway.
So Trump will
We just get flashbanged.
yes.
dedicate a national emergency
fucked.
along the U.S.-Mexican border, intends to establish an external revenue department responsible for collecting all international revenue, including tariffs. So we might actually in our lifetime see the IRS get dismantled. And then
Good.
Let them die.
Oh, also another thing that
The department.
Yeah.
Not the people.
Or the
people
entity.
are probably solid people.
Yeah, I mean, they'd probably be good at, like, McDonald's, stuff like that. You know, get, like, a real job. And pay your taxes.
another thing that's interesting too is that your concealed weapon permits and stuff will go across state borders.
There's still restrictions in certain states.
Nope. He's gonna make it a federal law to override. So, like, if you have your concealed permit, you can bring it in New York, you can bring it in California, you can bring it in Chicago. They cannot do anything to you.
Yeah, but does your weapon have to be state compliant?
You just have to have your permit, and it just has to be whatever your state allows. So, like,
Whatever your home state allows.
yep, but every other state has to honor it.
Okay, cool.
So,
'Cause,
like,
to be honest with you, I just shoot them and carry them, and I'll protect myself with them, and I'll worry about the law later.
Well-
I got my CPL.
so, but like in Idaho and Arizona, you don't have to register your handguns or anything like that. So, they will have to. Every state will have to honor that when you go through the states.
Right.
Unpopular opinion.
Well, like, take this right.
I got an unpopular opinion.
All right,
Hold
all
on.
right.
I actually don't mind that they know where the pistols are. I personally don't care for that because I don't care that they know that I have a pistol. They don't know about the 15 ARs that I built under their nose.
I mean, you say they don't know that, but they probably do.
Yeah, 80% lowers don't have serial numbers and they don't require an ID to purchase.
Which is wild.
And,
Extremely.
Yeah.
Very extremely wild. But that's all right.
Also, I shouldn't
But-
spread that info.
If
just
you
out
travel
in the
right, you can
ether
almost
either.
get your
Cut that,
gun
cut
all the
that.
way to California.
Well, I was
with
going to
his
say
new,
that.
sorry.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to say about California, though, is like, you know, every state being compliant with your home state's thing, right?
Yep.
But with California, I doubt any other state would care with somebody carrying over, like, a squirt gun. You know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully California can change around and become better
Or sink.
and do better.
Right.
Sink into the ocean.
Because I am sure, don't you need a permit to have a water gun in California?
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure you
maybe.
do.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. I know. Actually, you need like a thought permit as well to even think about a gun. Is you got to get a permit to even think about one.
Probably.
Yeah.
You got to at least put in the application.
Right. At least before you can even think about a gun.
Said he already did it on the 25th.
Oh, so he already did it?
Yeah, it says January 25th, Trump announces full nationwide concealed carry.
Yep.
Oh, reciprocity. Oh, shit.
Yep. So no matter
Okay.
what state you go to, no matter what city you go to, no matter where you're at, your permits are good there. And it should be.
Dope.
And I know you say it's an unpopular opinion, but I mean, why would you want the government to know where any of your stuff is?
The pistol, they're scared of a camera So I don't care that they know I have a pistol. So I have multiple guns that I didn't show ID to buy. Because if you buy a long gun, you don't need, if you can just buy it party to party. You don't need any type of paperwork.
Right.
So I got probably 8, 9 guns, and only 4 of them are in my name. You know what 4 are in my name? The pistols.
Right.
I like this line from Trump right here.
Your Second Amendment
Does not end at the state line.
Yeah. I mean, none of our amendments should. It's interesting because he only has 2 years to do everything that he wants to do until midterms, and then if depending on how everything turns from there.
All the governor races are starting soon, so.
Yep, and Senate and House and all that stuff. Huh? Okay. That's all right. You can take off in the middle.
Cool. I hate doing that. It's bath night for the kiddos.
It's all good. Change it to Sunday.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, right before they go back to school, on Monday, get them all nice and fresh.
Oh, yeah, they do. The ones that go to school. The one that doesn't go to school
Right.
is a totally different story.
That's fair.
But, alright, guys, hate to cut it early this episode. I know I've missed a couple in the past, but just had to cut it a little short this time. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Peace.
Hard P.
Have a good one, man.
bro.
And now they're going to do their...
They're sucking each other right now.
Yep. They are.
Hey, you can't prove it without cameras.
I do have a camera. Who's to say
Why
it's
it's not on?
You don't know?
I do know.
How do you know?
Because I know.
I know that you know that. I know that you didn't know that this camera is on.
Corner 3.
I am still wondering why Elon did that weird breath noise before he did the salute.
I know.
He was like, and he did it.
Dude, it's because he has his, what is it? What type of autism?
Well, yeah, he's autism.
No,
He has Tony Stark
He's
autism.
autism.
He is
He is autism.
Well, yeah, he
Right.
has Stark
Autistic?
autism.
Elon-tism.
Right.
Elon-tism.
Yeah.
Muskism.
Well, my heart goes out to you.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got the breath noise. The whole, whatever.
Dude, I know, and then like everyone said that it was Nazi salutes, and the one person that you would have never have thought to back him up was AOC. Saying,
Right.
no, he wasn't doing it, and everything like that. So
Well, yeah, because aren't they sleeping together? I could have swore they both wanted to date each other, right?
that's what they think.
They are hooking up, aren't
That's
they?
what everyone thinks, that AOC now wants to have one of Musk's.
Right. You want to know why? Right? Is because she wants to be the first one on the rocket,
Oh, yeah.
and you can take that in any inappropriate way you want.
Yes, you can. Oh, dude, did you see that they made this generator thing that lasts up to 10 years and it doesn't require any like plugins or anything like that? It's basically well, I guess I shouldn't say they created it yet. I think it's a theory that basically you have it in the middle of your house and it can power all of your electronics without plugging into it.
Oh yeah, because isn't that the one that taps into the quantum energy?
Yeah, something like
The
that.
quantum realm?
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
So there's energy all around us all the time in different forms, but quantum energy, they know it exists. They just don't know how to tap into it, but it's like an infinite energy thing. So literally exactly what Kevin said. Like my phone right here, it would be charged all the time.
Yeah.
And any of your cars could be battery, but they would have a full charge all the time.
Didn't what's his face? Gosh, not Tesla. What's his name? Starts with the N.
Nikola Tesla?
Yes. Didn't he already create like wireless electricity, basically?
Yeah, but the reason they didn't go with his is what they say is because because if we switch to that form of electricity now on how he wanted to do it, because if my memory's correct, he wanted to put these big towers in certain spots around the planet, which would have created basically a dome type thing around the planet, but it would be going off of the Earth's electromagnetosphere or something like that.
Yeah.
Which would basically keep everything charged to where you could have electricity in the air charging everything. But but if you did that like today, it would fry out all your electronics because it's not set up for that. And I guess it was easier to go with the other guy. Who was it? Edison?
Yeah.
Edison's method. Because I think it was just easier to have that power everything opposed to having just...
So you're talking basically like pyramids around the world.
Kind of, yeah. You could say
I mean,
so.
think about that, because the way the pyramids are designed and things, some people have a theory that they were conducting electricity with the way that they... How all the tunnels are formed and stuff like that. It would make sense for them to be able to create the electricity
with the currents, yeah. Well, and too, there had to have been a chemical aspect to the pyramids as well, because they do say... Oh, sorry, moving my mic too much. But they do say that they find like these crystals that are formed inside of the pyramids at certain areas and like the shafts.
Yeah.
But they're saying that those are like chemical crystals. So they had some kind of a chemical, and then after hearing that, I kind of believe that they had to have some form of electricity back then through a chemical means.
Right.
And they knew how to tap into it.
Dude, like, oh man. Just imagine a world like that. You know, another thing that's kind of crazy? Radio frequencies, right? You know, like Russia and other countries use different lower frequencies than what we do when transmuting things. And with Wi-Fi and like your cellular, your cell phones and stuff, like all of that, the transmissions and stuff like that. So do you remember when 5G went live and everyone's like, oh, we're all going to get cancer, yada, yada, yada.
Yep. And then my...
Yeah, so there's actual proof that 5G messes... I shouldn't say proof. Please check me on this. We can look it up. But that it actually messes with your spinal cord fluid if you have your phone too close to your head for too long.
Yeah, I believe it's possible that I could be sending some kind of a signal that would be interfering with your body's regular function when it comes to that particular part of the brain.
Yeah, me too. It's always interests me on the things that technology could be against us, or
like the damage they can do.
Yeah, without us realizing the damage that it can do to us. What did you just find, John? Did you? Because they generate extremely high voltage with low current, making them instantly.
You just want me to read it?
No, well, I want you to read it and then summarize it when you look stuff up. It makes it easier.
Okay, it says the reason why Tesla coils weren't used is because they generate extremely high voltage with low current, making it unpractical and inefficient for appliances and homes.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying. Like, I mean, you could write history the way you want it to be. You could say that it's that way so that we go to one way versus another. I mean, one way requires plants and stuff all around. The other way basically gives free energy.
Right.
Well, they were like, it's a major issue to have in your house too, because Tesla coils shoot sparks and shit back and forth.
Well, you wouldn't want it in your. You wouldn't. The theory was that you would just put them up around, and you wouldn't have like a cell phone tower. Basically, you know, it would then create energy for X amount of miles around.
Yeah, but when you have to have like a lot of them in like a really close vicinity.
No, you would have like one in a large one in a. Let's say I think a big one would be like
Okay, think about
I can't.
Iron Man when he had the arc reactor type thing.
Yeah.
But it was in that building, so you'd have like a big facility like that. So it basically would be a power plant.
Right.
but they would space them out in a way to where it would kind of bounce off of each other to make that dome I'm talking about. So you'd still have technically power plants about that size if you think about it.
Yeah. So this is. Yeah, those also helped us learn a lot about like lightning and stuff like that. But the Tesla towers, I thought were supposed to be like massive and high up in the air, so we weren't near the.
No, yeah. That's how they would be. But I was just trying to like summarize it up just to give an idea of the.
Oh
what
yeah,
you would
yeah.
expect.
No,
So
I get you.
It would be vertically tall, is what it looked like when I was looking at it years ago. And another thing too. Tesla had to be onto something because otherwise, why would our government classify some of his projects he was working on?
Dude, didn't he create like a doomsday gun?
Technically a lightning gun.
Yeah,
Which could be used to shoot down aircraft. Because if you can shoot a bolt of lightning as a weapon, I mean that's pretty crazy.
it makes me think. Do you remember back in the day watching Tosh.0 or something, and the LARPing guy where he takes like little tennis balls and is like lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
That was good. That one was good.
That's what it just made me think of, man. But it was, yes. I saw something about. I know that the Eiffel Tower was actually supposed to be constructed into being one. And that would have powered all of Paris.
Why did they not do that? Why did they decide not to?
So it depends on how you want to look at it. So one way, you really wouldn't be able to control how someone uses your electricity. So there's no way to make money off of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, true.
So why would you... And I know a lot of people are like, ooh, conspiracy theories, but it's just kind of like cancer and whatnot. Why would you take something that makes a whole bunch of money and cure it or give it out for free, and then you no longer make a whole bunch of money?
So they built it planning on it being an antenna?
Basically.
And then after spending all that money, they decided to not?
Yes, because they realized that they wanted to go with the other way of doing the electricity and stuff like that, the way that it is done today.
Interesting.
It is very interesting. There's a lot of conspiracy theories around it, why we didn't do it. Death Ray, I think that might have been the gun that he created, or was that
Well, I think we're talking about the same one.
Probably that shot lightning. I don't remember if it shot lightning or not, but I just remember it being something. He was way too smart for his own good, and he just kind of like Elon Musk, he allowed everyone to take from his research. Like Elon, everything he does for his Teslas and stuff like that, basically anyone can replicate.
Well, yeah, because he says, in his words, patents are for the weak.
Right. If someone can make something better than him, he said, so be it.
That's how it should be.
Right.
He truly, he seems like he's a monster, and he is. But at the same time, he's one of the only people that are fighting to free, or fighting for the world and trying to figure out how to do things better for us. You know, he also wants to get us to Mars so that we can start a civilization there, just in case if something goes bad with Earth and we mess it up.
Because we have to be a interplanetary species.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just the next step, right? Where else do you go? Well, first we need like big peace around here and whatnot, and there was always the theories of like a fake space invasion so that all the countries get together and become one unified Earth. And if we were one unified, just imagine where we can be. I mean, just think about it. Just barely over 100 years ago, we started flying.
Well, that we know of.
That's true.
They could have been aircraft thousands upon thousands of years ago, but all the information got lost.
Well, yeah.
Or destroyed.
Just
Right.
because, I mean, remember, the ancient Egyptians had those little toys where they could throw the little bird ones or whatever, and then they would glide for a distance. So they already understood the concept of flight just by that.
Well,
that you could control the air currents.
Didn't Da Vinci have like?
Yeah, he had a few designs, yes. About
Yeah, and
flying
one of
devices.
his designs is basically a modern helicopter.
Basically, yeah. Well, another thing too with the pyramids is I believe that those were kind of built as a navigational tool as well, because if you think about it, they were all what the limestone, the white stone with like a gold thing on top, which would have reflected even at night when the moon was out.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that might have been like a precursor to them developing flight, and just going to use the pyramids for like navigational purposes because of how tall they were. You could see them at a far distance. And then if you have the gold eye or whatever you want to call it on top of the pyramids, regardless of moonlight and sunlight, it would still be reflecting, so you could see it in a distance for navigation. That's one
I
of my
never
theories.
thought about it. That I always thought that was just to help conduct electricity and stuff like
Well,
that.
there's that too. I'm just saying like other theories as well. I mean, that could have been used as like a flight.
Oh, for sure.
navigational
That's
thing.
that's not a bad thought, you know. And think about like Atlantis. Like we have in history books, we have stuff about Atlantis and whatnot. You know, old stuff. Also, back in the rainforest, I think it was Columbus or maybe another explorer went there at a point of time, saw a massive city,
Yep.
went back home, got more money and then went back and everything was gone. And the thought was that they brought diseases there that their bodies weren't used to.
Well, yeah. Let me summarize that. So it's either Columbus or whoever went through the Amazon.
Yep.
But there was many civilization type things going through that. He said there was like millions of people. Then they said like 100+ years later, when people wanted to revisit it, other explorers, then they thought that the original people that went through there were just making it up.
Oh, yeah, because they couldn't find it.
everybody died of disease, like you're saying, and then the jungle just overtook everything again.
Yeah, and did you know the rainforest is actually like a lot of the species there our plants are not even native to that area,
Yes.
which is crazy to think.
Because the Amazon is a greenhouse, man-made.
Right.
Because they have that special soil that uses stuff with like bacteria or something like that,
Something like that, yeah.
and then it just helps stuff grow really good. So the Amazon is a man-made like forest, basically.
Greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then with LiDAR, because we started doing LiDAR through it, you can see canals and stuff like that are underneath the
Buildings, cities, all sorts of stuff.
What
So-
is LiDAR?
LiDAR is basically a way to penetrate underneath the rainforest, so underneath the trees and everything, and it allows you to see the ground. So if like basically if you LiDAR our studio, you would see us. And
Yeah. So basically, I mean,
Like X-ray vision.
so
yeah.
don't quote me, I might be wrong here, but I could have swore on Jurassic Park, the first one, when they were doing the paleontology thing, there was something in there that might have been LiDAR or some kind of like detector thing.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
it
about
is.
when they're shooting down the
yeah,
shotgun?
It's basically think of that.
I know the easiest
But-
way to explain the lighter
Well,
kind
hold
of
up,
deal.
hold up. I want to see if I'm right here. But now they use lasers to do it.
Yes, I think so.
So like LiDAR is just like map dots, like you like Xbox
Map?
360 Connect.
Yeah.
That's basically all it is, kind of deal, right?
Oh. I know it's very expensive to do.
Yeah, hold on. I got stuck on the mic when I tried to turn my head.
Yeah, but I know that they want to and then they want to LiDAR like the Sahara Desert to see what's all underneath there. And then speaking about that, I apparently some of the Sahara Desert is being pushed. Like winds are bringing it back over to like Brazil and stuff, and they're starting to find sand and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that happens over time. It's real crazy with how that goes.
Yeah,
because just whatever direction it's moving, it's going to change the environment.
Yeah,
for a few thousand years, and it's going to go back and forth.
Yeah, something like that. So eventually, we'll have like Brazil and them will all be covered in sand, and then the Sahara Desert will go back to being green and luscious again.
Yep.
But yeah, they're using LiDAR for a lot of stuff now.
You know what? I'm sorry, this is a random thought. With all the sand in like the Sahara Desert, where the hell did all the sand come from?
That's a great
question.
question.
You think about that though. I never thought about that until just this moment. Like, where the hell would all that sand have came from? I mean, do you think it was just always there? If so, how?
Maybe it has always been there, and just the air currents just bring it to.
Because think about that. Isn't that insane?
Man, dude, this world is a very interesting place when you start breaking down some of the things in it. Like, for example, a lot of people think that the melting of the ice caps will create, water rise, but in reality, most of like the ice is already in the water, if that makes sense.
Right. So it's already taking up.
So it's just like ice in your drink. Your ice melts. It doesn't increase the volume of water. Right. So
Interesting way to think about it.
I was completely wrong with my analysis.
What?
What it is.
Oh, on the LiDAR? Can you look up
So how does it work?
It's supposed to penetrate basically into the ground.
Yeah, basically it's like a ground penetrating radar, and then you scan it, and then it'll pick up anything that's below the earth, or anything that used to be there, like an old river or a canal or a road or a path or something.
Or a mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anything that's below the ground that you can't see.
And apparently in the Amazon, when they're LiDARing it, like you could see like channels and stuff like that were like man-made with 90-degree angles and stuff. And they thought that might brought the water through the areas, but without being maintained, the forest just kind of took over things. And I mean, like, think about it. There's still tribes that live there that are just crazy to live there, man.
Right.
It's crazy that there's still tribes out there that haven't been contacted by modern people.
That is crazy.
Think about giving them a cell phone.
Right.
But yeah, like all those.
Does it say Guatemala?
I think so.
Oop.
Oh, you did the
Guatemalan jungle.
Goodbye.
Is this the Amazon?
I'm trying to find something Amazon related.
Yeah, right here.
The Enigma.
Yeah, you see how like all that is underneath all those trees.
Oh.
So just imagine us like Darren was saying, other explorers went back there and the forest overgrew it. So they would have never known until we started doing LiDAR. We didn't know like any of that existed because the floor of the Amazon is just basically like trees, plants, overgrown. And so everyone knows the Amazon doesn't really make that much oxygen for us. Did you know the Great Coral Reef in Australia makes more oxygen than the Amazon?
Oh yeah. It's a complete mixture between, I guess I would say, aquatic plants and corals and terrestrial
reef?
ones.
Yes, thank you. I forgot what it was called.
What did you say?
He went straight SpongeBob and called it the coral reef.
Ah.
Yeah.
I thought he said it right. I was like, yeah.
And nobody else corrected him, so I was like, do we let him run with it? Or
Well, I'm glad you
Only for a
did.
minute.
Because, we like to get fact checked.
I would have loved the comments on it.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think there's a lot that we're going to start learning about our world, especially with new technology and stuff like that coming along.
Oh yeah,
And it'd
absolutely.
be interesting to see. One thing that always interested me is that going to other countries and stuff, sometimes you have to get like certain shots and vaccines to go over there so that you don't catch diseases over there. But wouldn't you think that as a human society, we would basically like all create the same things? Kind of per se.
What if
Yeah, you would
it's
think.
more prevention to where those countries don't want you bringing your dirty American germs over to them?
Oh yeah, no. I mean yes, but no, because you're taking them to prevent you from getting anything there.
Right,
they
those
say.
American
Or
swine.
prevent-
Well, yeah, so they say
Preventing you from giving it to anybody there.
that could be too. I'm not 100% sure. I just remember knowing, and I think when my brother goes to Zimbabwe, if he still is in
I think
June,
it's
Zambia.
I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Anyways, he's going over to Africa for 2 weeks to help build some houses or something, and I think he has to get like a series of shots before he goes.
Yep.
Probably left cheek, right cheek, left cheek.
Well, you ever hear something called the peanut butter shot?
I've heard that, yeah.
The military shot.
Yep. They call it the peanut butter shot. People at work were telling me about it. They were in the military. They basically say, yeah, you get a shot of peanut butter up the
In your butt.
bunghole.
Not up the bunghole.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's
okay,
in the
up
butt.
your butt.
But
Just in your butt cheek.
you only
What do you
get
mean? Wait, no,
muscle.
like, it doesn't go up your butt?
No, it
Oh.
goes into your butt cheek.
Then they were just talking shit then because they were making it out like they shoved the whole thing up your ass and just
it
injected
goes
you with
deep,
peanut
like in
butter.
your muscle of your
Yeah,
butt.
but did you know like
The whole
me,
jar?
Yeah,
I
like the
would
whole
not be
jar.
able to get that shot because I'm allergic to penicillin.
I
and
thought you were going to
moxicillin.
say peanut butter.
And peanut butter.
So, you would get like a series of 20 shots in the arm instead of one big shot.
Well, at least I'd be
'Cause you
used
have
to
to
it,
get
right?
individual.
Yeah,
At least I'd be used to it.
That's a lot of nut shots.
right. But the peanut butter shot is interesting. It's supposed to help with like everything, keep them from not getting sick and whatnot.
Well, damn, it's just like, sign me up. Where's my shot in the ass with peanut butter so I can not get sick?
So does the
What does that prevent?
Yeah, does it
Like
prevent
upper
diabetes?
respiratory infections.
Can I cure my diabetes?
Flus.
A
I
shot
doubt it.
of peanut butter in the
So does
ass?
it look
can
Dude,
like
it's
prevent-
only
peanut butter?
called
What-
a-
why
That's
is it
what.
called that?
Hold up.
Look it up.
They made it sound like it. They made it sound like it was literally like
It's
so
like the
thick
con-
it was like peanut
yeah,
butter
it's like I
going
think
up the butthole.
I
What's it
think
called?
it has the peanut butter shot.
Peanut butter vaccine.
The
or
peanut butter
something.
shot military. Just put that. Or military peanut butter shot.
Peanut butter cookie. Nom.
He was sitting there like Kyle. He was
There
like,
you go.
yeah, I just got the shot, right up the ass, the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Kyle.
From South Park?
No, Kyle from my work. Who used
Oh.
to work there. He quit, but
Yeah. Okay.
well, I guess he transferred, not quit. But
To Flint?
no, I don't know where the hell he went.
It says it's called peanut butter shot because you are injected with a thick slurry via a needle that's up to the task.
Okay,
Yeah.
where do they
It's a
inject it?
bicillin.
Bacillin. That's a bacteria. But no.
Where do they
bacillin.
take the shot? I'm pretty sure.
What?
No, I think if you look, maybe, but I've always been told it's in the butt.
Yeah, so anything that has like a butthole and a shot going into it, that's what we want.
right. Look up something wrong. Just say in the glutes. In their butt.
This
on
is
their
on
butt.
their
Or
butt.
just in the boots.
In the boots.
In the boot.
Yeah, but it's supposed to. They get it once a year or something like that. Everyone that I've ever talked to about it said it was not pleasant.
Well, hell no. I mean, like peanut butter going up the butt. I mean, like, come on. No,
Yeah.
weird that would feel. And then not even giving you any jelly to smooth it out.
Maybe they do put Vaseline on it. You never know.
Maybe.
Maybe they need to because the needle's so big that you'll bleed
True. So then where do they get the jelly?
from the Vaseline.
Petroleum
Okay.
jelly.
Petroleum jelly. Oh, we got a hit. Is a preferred antibiotic treatment for syphilis. Did I read that right? Mm-hmm. Whoa. Oh, that's penicillin. Is that what you looked up?
The bicillin,
Oh,
the shot that they're giving.
well, dang. They're like,
Says it's a thick injection that's given to prevent streptococcal infections.
okay.
Yeah.
I
also
thought
antibiotic for
someone told me
syphilis.
that it was also for upper respiratory infections and stuff like that.
That's why
Well,
they take it in the butt.
What? That's why they take it in the butt?
Well, it also says that this one, the treatment is antibiotic for syphilis. Each dose requires 2 injections into the hip or butt.
Gotcha. Well, that's something new to learn.
They can cause allergic reactions like anaphylaxis, so maybe that's what you're thinking.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they have to take it out. Maybe you still get the peanut butter shot. They just take out the stuff that you're like allergic to and whatnot. But
It says recruits who are allergic to penicillin can receive an alternative antibiotic regimen.
The jelly
what does
shot.
it say? Wouldn't that be funny if it was called the jelly shot?
Yeah.
Do you want the peanut butter or do you want the jelly? Where's the bread though?
Oh, the
Right.
Is
salad,
that your butt cheeks?
the salad tosser.
I'd say so.
All right. Anyone got anything else that they want to add today?
Nah. I mean, it's what, 8:10. I think we're pretty much wrapped up at this point.
That's fine. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye. Deuces.
You know what? Just die.
That's a lot of nut shots.
Can I get a Google on how old molasses is? Thick.